I will be quoting Eddie Hearn. We're in talks now with Deontay Wilder. Things are actually starting to progress a little bit because we can't wait until December. This isn't a deal that is going to happen overnight. All we're saying to them is, let's have a meeting, let's keep talking, because ultimately we all have a duty to make this fight. My job is to deliver for my client, and my client wants to fight Deontay Wilder. It is the only fight he wants next, and my job is to make it happen. If I don't, I have failed. I have failed the fight fans. I have failed myself, and I have failed Anthony Joshua, and I don't expect to do that. So that is what Eddie, the Hitman Hearn, had to say. He says that once again during negotiations to make the fight between his client, Anthony Joshua, and Deontay Wilder, and he says that this time though it seems like the progress is getting better, because normally Eddie Hearn is always complaining about how these guys never want to meet him. But in this little piece that I'm reading, it seems that he's saying that it's getting better than I guess they're more willing to talk to him as opposed to before. And he says that his job is to deliver Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, because that's the fight that Anthony Joshua wants. And I believe Eddie Hearn. For some reason people think that Anthony Joshua is afraid of Deontay Wilder, but Anthony Joshua is a guy who has been willing to face other champions to unify. So I don't understand why people would believe that Anthony Joshua is afraid to face Deontay Wilder, because many people have this whole idea that, or this whole theory that Anthony Joshua is terrified. He's absolutely terrified to face Deontay Wilder. This is why this fight's not taking place, is because Anthony Joshua wants no parts with Deontay Wilder. But Anthony Joshua has shown as a fighter, as a champion, that he's willing to face other champions in his division. So why would people think that Deontay Wilder is such a boogeyman that Joshua would not want to face him? Like I said, there's no such things as boogeymans in fucking heavyweight boxing. I'm sick and tired of people labeling heavyweights as boogeyman. Once upon a time, Alexander Povetkin was a boogeyman. Once upon a time, Luis Ortiz was a boogeyman. Once upon a time, Deontay Wilder was a boogeyman. Every time there's an undefeated heavyweight who's a big puncher, all of a sudden he's a boogeyman. How the hell are you going to call Deontay Wilder a boogeyman and a guy that is being ducked by everyone when you got Dillian White calling him out for 2 years? Everybody was saying Luis Ortiz was a boogeyman. Everyone's afraid to fight him, yet Deontay Wilder fought him. So I don't want to hear this thing where you got people always labeling fighters boogeymans. Stop labeling Deontay Wilder a boogeyman. Ain't nobody is scared of Deontay Wilder. Who would be afraid of Deontay Wilder? These are professional fighters. They're boxers. They get paid to face fighters. They want to be great. They want to be champions. I've seen several fighters over the years call out Deontay Wilder. So stop giving me this excuse that Deontay Wilder is a boogeyman because he's a puncher. Yeah, he's a puncher, but that doesn't mean nobody wants to fight him. People have seen that he's been outboxed. People have seen that he could lose rounds. So, of course, people want to fight him. This whole idea that Deontay Wilder is being ducked by Anthony Joshua is absolute nonsense. That's basically made up from Deontay Wilder fans because they want people to believe that Deontay Wilder is the most feared man at heavyweight. They want Anthony Joshua to be afraid of Deontay Wilder because they're scared that maybe if he faces him, if he actually gets in the ring with him, he might beat him. And all of a sudden, their Prince Charming, their best heavyweight in the world, their idol is no longer undefeated. Because a lot of these boxers, casual boxing fans, they only like a fighter because he's undefeated, so they think he's unbeatable. Well, I hate to break it to you, sweetheart, but being undefeated means nothing in boxing. Everyone can lose. It's all about the quality of opposition. So, again, Eddie Hearn is saying that he's making the progress is getting better, and Anthony Joshua wants to face Deontay Wilder, and I believe him. I'm not going to come here and say he's not, because I haven't seen the magazine. I haven't read the article where I see Anthony Joshua saying, "I want no parts of Deontay Wilder. I want no parts of him. Are you kidding me? He'll kill me." The minute I read that article, the minute I see that interview where I see AJ saying, "I want no parts of Wilder," I'm petrified of him. That's the minute I'm going to be going around saying that Anthony Joshua is terrified of Deontay Wilder, the way Deontay Wilder fans claim he is. Anyway, guys, that's all to say. Hopefully this fight gets made, man. I'm out.